2024 could be the year for Starfield that we were really hoping 2023 was. Now, while most people, including myself, are obviously enjoying the game, you've got to admit it gets stale a hell of a lot faster than previous Bethesda Game Studios games, but future updates could massively change that, and about a week ago we, as I'm sure you're all aware by now, got a statement from Bethesda confirming many things coming in 2024. Bethesda are apparently committed to updating Starfield roughly every 6 weeks starting in February, which is great. Most of this does just sound like bug fixes, but they do go on to say that these updates will include everything from quality of life improvements to even actual content and feature updates, which is fantastic because this is exactly what Starfield needs. And if I'm being honest with all of you, even though my channel is mostly focused around Bethesda Game Studios content, I honestly haven't played Starfield in like a month, like I haven't even touched it. A lot of that does come down to many other games releasing and my current addiction to Baldur's Gate 3, but a part of it is definitely the lack of content that Starfield has, or not even really the lack of, because there is definitely, the usual amount of Bethesda content within Starfield, but the exploration side of the game makes it feel more lacking than a usual Bethesda map would. But besides these regular little updates, we also learned that yes, new ways of travelling will be coming into Starfield next year, and also the first DLC, Shattered Space, will also release, which we all pretty much knew already, but what we didn't know was, not only is this DLC adding in a big new questline, but also new locations, new gear, and much more. But of course Bethesda are keeping things mostly under wraps for now. Now obviously we've all known this for a while, this information is like well over a week old at this point, so why am I talking about it now? Because A, I think it proves the point that Bethesda will continue to work on Starfield until it's near perfect, like they promised all those months ago before the game even released. They mentioned way back then that they're planning to constantly be updating the game, adding in new features, changing the whole game, and just doing all of this stuff for free and adding so much other stuff to make the game as good as it possibly can be. I've often said how Starfield would be great if Bethesda sort of took a Minecraft approach to their updates, where, every so often we would get these new features, but also new locations to explore, new creatures, new biomes, aka planets and moons. Like, you take a look at the concept art for Starfield, and none of the planets really give off this alien feel. So updating a bunch of the empty planets in the game to look more like these pictures in the concept art would be awesome. I have like 650 hours in Starfield or something stupid like that already, but I still haven't seen for example, a super heavy snow planet that I want to live on, which was one of my big hopes going into Starfield. Now look, as much as I personally love Starfield, it is my second game of the year behind Baldur's Gate 3, even I have to admit that, yeah, they really need to start heavily updating and overhauling some parts of the game. And the Red Mile, I think, is the prime example. This run that we have to do is barely even a challenge on the hardest difficulty. It would be very welcomed, and I think most people would agree with me here, if they put out a free update that fully just overhauled the Red Mile into something more like the Gauntlet from the Nuka World, one of Fallout 4's DLCs, and also added gambling. Also, because I haven't spoken about it yet, since I was taking a short break from YouTube when all of this stuff was announced, let me just give my very quick thoughts and impressions on the new ways to travel update. Now, I am really not sure what this could be. I've mentioned before how I just don't see vehicles working well in Starfield as much as I would really love to have them. Now, personally, I'm hoping that this is more of just a speed modifier, actually allowing us to fly manually from planet to planet and fully explore entire star systems that way, rather than just fast travelling from place to place. This would, I think, fix the exploration side of things that I mentioned earlier, but I do think that it's more likely to be some kind of land vehicle, or maybe even a mech, or some sort of jetpack upgrade or booster that allows us to just fully fly around like Iron Man on some planets. Either way, of course, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, just to keep this video very short, because obviously this news is very old at this point, and because I really just don't want to long out the video because of that, I am really excited for the future of Starfield, especially with the way that Bethesda have been talking about the game lately. But of course, we will just have to wait and see if these are empty promises or actual promises. But hey, let's all hope that they aren't, because once again, as much as I am enjoying Starfield, it does need all of these kind of updates. And honestly, I'm just happy that Bethesda are noticing that. Anyway, super short video today just to give my thoughts on all of this news. Again, I know I am late, but I was taking a little break, so cut me some slack. If you are new to the channel and you do want to stay fully up to date on Starfield along with other Bethesda content, then this is definitely the place for you. So please do consider subscribing. We would love to have you join our little community. And lastly, as always, a big massive thank you to our channel members. But with that all said and done, thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.